Have you ever woken up in the morning, taken that first step out of bed, and felt like your knees or hips were staging a full-blown protest? Or maybe you've noticed that simple tasks, like gardening or even walking up the stairs, have started to feel a little more challenging than they used to. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, joint pain is one of the most common complaints for folks over 60, and it can really put a damper on living life to the fullest. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be that way. Today we're going to talk about why your joints might be hurting after 60, and more importantly, how you can start feeling better, naturally. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Isn't joint pain just part of getting older? Well, yes and no. While it's true that our bodies change as we age, joint pain isn't something you just have to live with. There are real, practical steps you can take to ease that discomfort and get back to doing the things you love. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. We'll dive into 4 natural remedies that can help soothe your joints, improve your mobility, and even boost your overall quality of life. So, whether you're dealing with a little stiffness or more persistent pain, stick around because this is for you. Let's start by talking about why joint pain becomes more common after 60. You see, as we age, the cartilage in our joints, that smooth, cushiony material that keeps bones from rubbing against each other, starts to wear down. This can lead to conditions like osteoarthritis, which is basically the wear and tear version of arthritis. On top of that, our bodies produce less synovial fluid, which is the natural lubricant that keeps our joints moving smoothly. Add in factors like weight gain, reduced physical activity, or even past injuries, and it's no wonder our joints can start to feel a little creaky. But here's the thing. While we can't turn back the clock, we can take steps to support our joints and reduce that pain. And that's where natural remedies come in. These aren't quick fixes or magic pills. They're simple, science-backed strategies that can make a real difference over time. So, let's dive into the first remedy, movement. Now, I know what you might be thinking. If my joints hurt, shouldn't I just rest? And while rest is important, especially during a flare-up, staying too still can actually make things worse. You see, movement helps keep your joints lubricated, strengthens the muscles around them, and improves circulation, which can reduce inflammation. The key is to choose the right kind of movement. Gentle, low-impact exercises that won't put too much strain on your joints. One of the best options is walking. It's simple, it's free, and it's something you can do almost anywhere. Start with short, manageable distances and gradually increase as you feel more comfortable. If walking isn't your thing, consider activities like swimming, tai chi, or even chair yoga. These exercises are easy on the joints, but still provide a great workout. And remember, it's not about pushing yourself to the limit. It's about finding a rhythm that works for you and sticking with it. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference over time. Now, let's talk about the second remedy, nutrition. What you eat plays a huge role in how your joints feel. Certain foods can actually help reduce inflammation, which is a major contributor to joint pain. On the flip side, other foods like processed snacks, sugary drinks, and fried foods can make inflammation worse. So, what should you be eating? Focus on whole, nutrient-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. And let's not forget about hydration. Staying well hydrated is essential for keeping your joints lubricated and functioning smoothly. Aim to drink plenty of water throughout the day, and consider adding hydrating foods like cucumbers watermelon, and oranges to your diet. Now, before we move on, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that making changes to your diet or exercise routine can feel overwhelming, especially if you're dealing with pain. But here's the thing, you don't have to do it all at once. Start small. Maybe it's adding a 10-minute walk to your day or swapping out one processed snack for a piece of fruit. Over time, those small changes can add up to big results. So, we've covered movement and nutrition, two powerful tools for easing joint pain naturally, but we're just getting started. Next, we'll dive into two more remedies that can help you feel your best. These are strategies you can start using today, and they don't require any fancy equipment or expensive treatments. So, stay with me, because the best is yet to come. Now that we've talked about the importance of movement and nutrition, let's move on to the third natural remedy, managing stress. You might be wondering, what does stress have to do with my joints? Well, as it turns out, quite a bit. When we're stressed, our bodies produce higher levels of cortisol, a hormone that can increase inflammation throughout the body, including in your joints. Over time, chronic stress can make joint pain worse and even slow down the healing process. So, finding ways to manage stress isn't just good for your mental health, it's good for your joints, too. One of the simplest and most effective ways to reduce stress is through deep breathing. It might sound too easy to make a difference, but trust me, it works. When you take slow, deep breaths, it signals to your body that it's time to relax. This can lower your heart rate, reduce tension in your muscles, and even decrease inflammation. Try this. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly, and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Feel your belly rise as you fill your lungs with air. Hold it for a moment, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat this for a few minutes, and you'll likely notice a sense of calm washing over you. Another great way to manage stress is through mindfulness or meditation. Now, I know meditation might sound a little intimidating if you've never tried it before, but it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to sit cross-legged on the floor or chant mantras unless you want to. Simply find a quiet space, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. If your mind starts to wander, and it will, that's okay. Gently bring your attention back to your breathing. Even just 5 minutes a day can make a big difference in how you feel. And let's not forget about the power of hobbies and social connections. Doing something you love, whether it's gardening, painting, or playing cards with friends, can be a wonderful way to take your mind off stress and bring more joy into your life. Plus, spending time with loved ones can boost your mood and help you feel more supported. So, don't underestimate the value of a good laugh or a heartfelt conversation. It's not just good for your soul, it's good for your joints too. Now, let's move on to the fourth remedy, sleep. If you've ever had a rough night's sleep, you know how it can leave you feeling achy and sluggish the next day. But did you know that poor sleep can actually make joint pain worse? When we sleep, our bodies go into repair mode, healing damaged tissues and reducing inflammation. If you're not getting enough quality sleep, your joints don't have the chance to recover properly, which can lead to more pain and stiffness. So, how can you improve your sleep? Start by creating a bedtime routine that helps you wind down. This might include turning off screens an hour before bed, reading a book, or taking a warm bath. Keeping your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet can also make a big difference. If joint pain is keeping you up at night, try adjusting your sleeping position. For example, if you have hip or knee pain, sleeping on your side with a pillow between your legs can help align your joints and reduce pressure. Another tip is to pay attention to your mattress and pillows. If your mattress is too soft or too firm, it can throw your spine out of alignment and make joint pain worse. The same goes for your pillows. They should support your neck and keep your head in a neutral position. If it's been a while since you've replaced your mattress or pillows, it might be worth investing in new ones. Think of it as an investment in your health. And finally, if you're still having trouble sleeping, consider talking to your doctor. There could be an underlying issue, like sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome, that's affecting your rest. Addressing these issues can not only improve your sleep, but also help reduce your joint pain. So, there you have it, 4 natural remedies to help ease joint pain after 60. We've covered movement, nutrition, stress management, and sleep. Each of these strategies works together to support your joints and improve your overall well-being. But before we wrap up, I want to remind you that it's okay to take things one step at a time. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start with one small change and build from there. Over time, those small changes can add up to big results. Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground, but we're not quite done yet. In the next part, we'll dive into some additional tips and tricks to help you stay on track and make these remedies a seamless part of your daily life. So, stay with me, because the journey to feeling your best is just getting started. We've covered a lot so far: movement, nutrition, stress management, and sleep, all of which are powerful tools for easing joint pain naturally. But before we wrap things up, I want to share a few more tips and insights to help you make these remedies a lasting part of your life. After all, the goal isn't just to feel better today. It's to create habits that support your joints and overall health for years to come. Let's start with consistency. When it comes to managing joint pain, consistency is key. It's not about doing everything perfectly all the time. It's about showing up for yourself, even in small ways, day after day. For example, if you're working on incorporating more movement into your routine, try to make it a non-negotiable part of your day, like brushing your teeth. Maybe it's a morning walk, a gentle stretching session, or even a few minutes of chair yoga before bed. The more you make these activities a regular part of your life, the more your body will thank you. And speaking of stretching, let's take a moment to talk about its importance. Stretching is one of the most underrated ways to support joint health. It helps improve flexibility, reduce stiffness, and increase blood flow to your joints. Plus, it feels really good. If you're not sure where to start, try some simple stretches for the areas where you feel the most tension. For example, if your knees are bothering you, try a seated hamstring stretch. Sit on the edge of a chair. Extend one leg straight out in front of you with your heel on the floor and gently lean forward until you feel a stretch in the back of your thigh. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch sides. Remember, stretching should never hurt. Go slow and listen to your body. Another tip is to pay attention to your posture. Poor posture can put unnecessary strain on your joints, especially in your neck, shoulders, and lower back. When you're sitting or standing, try to keep your spine aligned and your shoulders relaxed. If you spend a lot of time at a desk or in front of the TV, consider setting a timer to remind yourself to check your posture every hour. Over time, good posture can become second nature, and your joints will feel the difference. Now, let's talk about the power of mindset. Managing joint pain isn't just about what you do physically. It's also about how you approach it mentally. It's easy to feel frustrated or discouraged when you're dealing with pain, but try to focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. Celebrate small victories, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or trying a new recipe packed with anti-inflammatory ingredients. And don't be afraid to ask for help or support when you need it, whether it's a friend, family member, or healthcare professional. Having a support system can make all the difference. One more thing to consider is the role of supplements. While it's always best to get your nutrients from whole foods, certain supplements can provide an extra boost for joint health. For example, glucosamine and chondroitin are popular supplements that may help support cartilage health. Though the research on their effectiveness is mixed, omega-3 supplements like fish oil can also be helpful if you're not getting enough from your diet. And as we mentioned earlier, turmeric or curcumin supplements can be a great option for reducing inflammation. Just remember to talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement, especially if you're taking medications or have underlying health conditions. Finally, I want to leave you with this thought. You are not defined by your joint pain. Yes, it can be frustrating and even limiting at times, but it doesn't have to control your life. By taking small, consistent steps to care for your joints, you can reclaim your mobility, reduce your pain, and get back to doing the things you love. Whether it's playing with your grandkids, tending to your garden, or simply enjoying a walk in the park, these moments are what make life so precious, and you deserve to enjoy them to the fullest. So, let's recap what we've covered in this video. We talked about the importance of movement, from gentle exercises like walking and swimming to the benefits of stretching. We explored how nutrition plays a key role in reducing inflammation and supporting joint health, with a focus on omega-3s, turmeric, and hydration. We discussed the impact of stress on joint pain and shared strategies like deep breathing, meditation, and hobbies to help you relax. And we highlighted the importance of quality sleep, along with tips for creating a sleep-friendly environment. But more than that, we talked about the power of consistency, posture, mindset, and support. These are the building blocks of a healthier, happier life, one where joint pain doesn't call the shots. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Start with one small change and build from there. Over time, those small changes can add up to big results. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What strategies have worked for you? Do you have any tips or experiences to share? Let's create a community where we can support and learn from each other. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life after 60. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, age is just a number. With the right habits and a little bit of care, you can feel vibrant, strong, and full of life at any age. Here's to your health and happiness. Cheers to living your best life.